Alrighty, so do you have to be mean in order to be a millionaire? My name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification button. I'm releasing all kinds of stuff on online business, make money online, affiliate marketing, and more. Hit that subscribe button and tick that bell icon. Alright, so in my opinion, you have to be a little bit mean in order to be a millionaire. I'm going to talk about why today in this video. Before we begin though, here is yesterday's $30 cash contest winner for top comment. Here it is. Congrats to the winner. Today we're doing the same thing. Just comment something below. You could potentially win $30 here today for top commenter. All right, so without further ado, let's get to it. All right, Debbie, so on the screen here is a beautiful rose. Look at it. It looks so dang pretty. All right, so when you have a dream, this is what I've realized happens. It sounds freaking insane, but when you have a dream and you start to see success, you start to experience a weird level of persecution from people that have given up on their dreams. So what I've experienced is people that you thought have been your friends for many years, as long as you're on the same level as them, everything's okay. But once you start to excel their level, it really starts shining a light on their failures and basically how they've fallen short and their lack of strength and character in life. And when you start to outshine people, it's almost like becoming a rose. Like everyone knows the rose is kind of like what stands out amongst the flower species, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not much of a biology person here, so bear with me, but the rose typically stands out. So because of that, it gets a lot of attention. Now, the more attention that you get when you become known for your successes, the more people want to basically get a piece of it. So in order to defend itself, the rose over time has learned to grow thorns. And this basically symbolizes when you start to stand out, you need to develop a certain underlying level of aggression towards anything that tries to damage the sanctity of the rose here. So in other words, you have to grow thorns. And this is something that's taken me a while to develop. Like my nature, and I don't want to get too much into me, but I'm Christian, so I have a way of forgiving people for doing certain things, and the way I look at it is when you're too good to people, they start to take advantage of it, and they start to think of you as weak. Because of that, when they see you standing out like this, they either think several things. First of all, they think that you're going to be easy to take advantage of. People will have a way of convincing you that they're your friend, and they want to, they just like you for you. Reality is that 99.9% of the people just want something out of you. That's just the way it works. So you have a way of letting people in that shouldn't be let in. And if they think that you're going to be nice to them or kind to them, even if they screw you over, in other words, they're going to be more likely to try to take advantage of you. So in other words, when you're doing really well in life, people want certain things from you. So that could be your confidence. That weirdly enough, they think that if they cut you down, your confidence is going to transfer to them. Some really twisted, weird stuff goes on when losers see a winner. They think that if they can cut down the rose, they get that confidence. All right, so confidence, whatever, how you spell that. Oh my God. So confidence. All right, let's just go with the confidence. The other thing that they think they can get from you somehow is your money, and money and confidence usually are related. Not necessarily, but there is a relationship between money and confidence. They also think they can steal your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever it is. Basically they want everything that you have. So it's really weird and twisted. I know it sounds almost paranoid, but when you're standing out, they essentially want to trade places with you. So you have to learn how to protect yourself, and this is what I've learned over time. Here's the issue: is that when I say thorns, I don't necessarily mean like physically aggressive thorns. Now, don't get me wrong. Like when you start to build muscle, regardless of you're male or female, people give you a natural level of respect, but that's not going to save you from the mental and psychological warfare that you're going to experience when you start standing out here. So the main protective mechanism that I've learned to develop over time is two things. First is eyesight. So you learn to have, after you've been screwed over enough and betrayed by enough people, you learn to kind of flip the roles and you say, all right, this person seems like they want to be my friend. What is it that they want? So that's the first thorn, so to speak, is being able to see people for what it is that they want. And this is only natural. You can't shut yourself off for this from people because of this. because everyone in your life essentially wants something from you. Whatever friend, no matter how much of a friend they are, and that's a mutual thing. Like you're a friend, you guys should have a mutual level of exchange here. This is the way it works. But a lot of people want to be friends with you when you have this money, just to get your money or to get your influence or to be seen with you, and they don't want to reciprocate in any way. So first step is to analyze what it is that they want. All right, now the second step is to analyze their actions and the things they say. So one thing I noticed is that a lot of the supposed friends, they try to influence you in bad ways. So their first step is to try to, if they want something out of you, whatever that is, maybe it's the confidence. Usually that's what they envy, is the confidence. So they're going to try to break that confidence because for some reason they think that confidence is like a zero-sum thing, as in only, let's say you're in a group, right? You got a group of 10 people, only one person is allowed to be confident. They think that this is kind of like a crown or something, like a crown that gets passed around and only one person gets to hold it. So they want that from you. Weirdly enough, is the thing about confidence is that it's only earned. You can't steal it from someone. So that's what they don't get, but they're not rational. So where I'm going with this is the first thorn that you develop is to be able to see specifically what it is that they want, and then how it is that they plan to get it. So this depends on, I don't know why I drew an eye here. This depends on the person's character. When you're younger, it's hard, you're a little bit more naive and I don't even know if I spelled that right. I'm tired right now. So when you're younger, it's hard for you to determine people's character. You just haven't had enough experiences with people. But the older you get, you can essentially just, now I'm getting a little better at like looking at them and being like, within about 30 seconds to a minute, I'm able to summarize like what type of person they potentially are, just between a number of things: their posture, the words they use, how they interact with other people. So the reason why you want to determine their character is because it's going to give you an insight on how specifically they're going to try to get what it is they want from you. All right, so if they want something, like for example, let's say you have a potential friend that wants you to, let's just go with a business sense. They want you to promote your stuff. That's totally fine. Now the question is are they going to reciprocate? Now if they don't, if all they want to do is manipulate you to get you to promote their stuff, well, that's not the type of person that you want to interact with. All right, so that leads into the second part of the equation here. Is the third thing that you have to learn how to do is be ruthless. And what I mean by that, be ruthless and control your space. That's really the only tactic that you have in order to deal with this. Because let's talk about the fourth thing here in a second. You have to be ruthless, as in when you start seeing the character of the person and what it is and who it is that they truly are. And look, guys, it can take 10 years. Some people have fooled me for 10 years who I thought were like good friends to me, like people I could trust. People have fooled me for 10 years. So it takes time for them to show their real character. Now, looking back, I was like, man, I should have just listened to the first thought that I had in my head, because it was pretty it was obvious, and right from the start I knew who they were. So now I'm getting better at quickly summarizing who they are, but listen to that gut instinct, so to speak. But what I mean by being ruthless is that you do have to give some leeway to people naturally. Like it's natural for people to overstep boundaries and all that, but if there's a continual overstepping of boundaries or a continual usage of psychological warfare, which can mean anything from trying to break your confidence with words, like throwing little subtle, hateful comments with undertones, subtly doing that on a regular basis. This isn't just a temporary mistake. It's a deliberate effort to try to bring you down. Second thing would be like using various tactics, like guilting you into dropping your confidence, shaming you into dropping your confidence, use of humiliating you in front of people. That's another way to try to break you down mentally. So once you've developed the pattern over time with a specific person, you cut them out. That's really the only thing that you can do. You can control your space, so whether that be deleting them from your phone, deleting them from your Facebook, or not hanging out with that group of people ever again. That's what I mean by being ruthless. Now, I don't mean by being ruthless or like stabbing people in the back. I mean just getting them out. That's all you can do. That's the only thing you do. Now, some of you, like the macho types, are like, no, I just kick their ass. I can kick their ass. You know, I'm just going to beat them up, and then they won't mess with me again, because that's a thought. I was like, man, I really wish I could just beat the crap out of this person. Like back in the day, medieval times, we could just duke it out. That would solve it right then and there. Issue is people are now I've realized, like, people are freaking, they're manipulative, man. So what they'll try to do is bait, when you have money, they're going to try to bait you into beating them up. Why? Because then all they got to do is sue you. They get 100 grand from you, 200 grand from you. That's what they want, your money. So you have to realize, like, people aren't dumb. They just made a lot of bad choices. So they're going to be very clever and try to extract everything that they can. So they will not be beyond getting you to get into a fight with them and sue you for, you know, doing whatever that perceived thing is that they can trump up, because they're going to gang up on you as well. It's not like it's just one person. They usually have a way of grouping up in order to enact their little, like, their a little, it sounds, I know it sounds nuts, but it's almost like a level of, like, persecution there. So what I'm getting at is, you got to be ruthless, control the space. That is the kind of, like, nowadays, that's your main weapon when you have money. Don't be around people like that. That's why I preach on and on about controlling your space and people you hang around, because they can, no joke about it, they can inflict damage on you that will stick with you for life. Like, the people can go through really insane schemes to inflict literal emotional scars on you that will cut off a certain level of your potential. You'll never be able to get it back. So that's why it's so important. Like they say, if you can count the number of friends you have on one hand, you're a wealthy person. That's totally true. Like, you should, realistically, there's probably only a couple people out there you can truly trust, and even them. Like, I thought there were so many people out there, friends since high school or even before that. Thought you know, it was all BS. It was all fake. So that's where I'm going with this, guys. If you want to stand out, remember, you're going to have to develop some thorns. You can't just be naive and everything's going to be great. Forgive and let give. Turn the other cheek. I tried to do it. Doesn't work. Just gets you more of your dreams cut away out from underneath of you. So start to learn how to develop this almost aggressive nature. Now, again, you're not beating people up. You can't do that. That's how you lose your money. Happens all the time. Psychologically and emotionally, you have to be ruthless. So I've talked about this in the past. I just want to remind you, for those of you that want to stand out, do something great in life, know that, like, if you want to create a business, know that creating a successful business is the easy part. That's really is. Like, that's always been easy for me. The hard part is everything I just talked about here. All right, so that's it for the video. That's all I got today. If you enjoyed this video, just make sure you share, hit that subscribe button, hit that, what did I just say? Hit the like button, comment below, let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. My name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate, and I'll see you Deadbeats later.